Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and great pleasure to introduce to you all the Honorable Prime Minister of Tonga, Honorable Aglisi Pohil.
Tapu moe o tō mafi o kone a whio e potkotope. Tapu moe hawa Tonga. Tapu moe hoi ki no pere o fonua. Tapu moe hamata pōre. Tapu moe tangatai whaiwhikau. Tapu moe Palestine o the Pacific Islands News Association, Mr. Moses Stevens. Members of the diplomatic corps, tapu mo tolo kotoa pe, kau whauwhonga me ngai Fakataha ngongo me ngaahi tapu ke o Pasifiki. Pia tapu mo kakai o fonua, taka ki whakahok o whatongian o wahi mo ok on whangawa o Pacific Media Summit 2018. I pay respect to the President of the Pacific Islands News Association, Mr. Moses Stevens. I pay respect to the keynote speaker, Mr. Taita Katulani from Indonesia. I pay respect to all of the representatives of the member organizations of the Pacific Islands News Association who are here today. I bear respect to all representatives from other organizations and institutions that had been invited because they help empower the media in the Pacific region. If this is your first time to Tonga, malolere, welcome to the Kingdom of Tonga. If this is not your first visit, malolere, we are very happy to welcome you back. The theme that you have selected for the 5th Pacific Media Summit, Island, empowering the media for digital challenges. At a media conference that I held this morning for the local media, one of the issues that I discussed was an accusation that is doing the rounds in the social media that certain member of my cabinet is using foul language in this post. In a chat room that is aimed at denigrating the dignity of His Majesty King Tupou VI. One journalist asked, why are we discussing matters raised via social media which is beyond anyone's control? My answer to that journalist's questions was to say that although the social media is almost beyond our control, it is nevertheless important that the government addresses issues raised via social media, especially when it can endanger the political stability of our island nation. As I'm not totally skilled in the use of the social media and the new mobile devices that have changed the way we produce, distribute, share, receive, consume, and interpret the news today, I asked the journalists present at my media conference this morning to share with me any evidence of what they have alleged against members of my cabinet. I have also asked my staff to do the same. So I thank Pina and the organizing committee and all of you for selecting the theme, Empowering the Media for Digital Challenges. In my view, it is very important that we are all empowered, the media and government alike, to be able to deal with the challenges posed by the ever-changing digital world. In March and April this year, my government marked the arrival of the submarine optic fiber cable in Hawaii Vava'u from Nuku'alofa. The cable had been laid from Fiji to Nuku'alofa in 2012. This was the implementation of one of the Tonga government's development goals to make the latest and fastest information and communication technology accessible to all the people of the country. We are yet to see whether it is the GPS. According to the experts, the arrival of the optic fiber cable in Hawaii had boosted the capacity of the system in Hawaii by 1.2 terabytes. In real terms, this means that the Hawaii telecommunication system can handle 12 million phone calls at the same time. That's an enormous capacity. Although the government places a strong emphasis on promoting the positive use of the modern communication technology to facilitate our social and economic development, we already have in place legislation and institutions to monitor and punish those who endeavor to use such technologies for antisocial and criminal activities. The government of Tonga is committed to the freedom of the media, even in a digitized world. Freedom of the media had in fact been entrenched in our Constitution since 1875. That is 143 years ago. The current wording of the relevant constitutional clause is Clause 71(1). It shall be lawful for all people to speak, write, and print their opinions, and no law shall ever be enacted to restrict this liberty. There shall be freedom of speech and of the press forever, but nothing in this clause shall be held to outweigh the law of defamation, official secrets, or the laws for the protection of the king and royal family. This freedom, of course, does not come without responsibilities. Those responsibilities include not to defame your neighbor, not to violate official secret acts, and not to violate laws for the protection of the king and the royal family. That is why I was keen to find out from the journalists this morning as to which member of my cabinet is allegedly degenerating the dignity of His Majesty the King. You would have all heard by now how the Tonga has dropped 2 places from 49th to 51st in the 18 and 2018 World Press Freedom Index that is compiled by Reporters Without Borders. You would have also read that the reason for the drop in grade is because of my government's unfair treatment of senior journalists in the Tonga Broadcasting Commission. I have no problems with that. But let me assure you all that it is a work in progress. We are continuing to talk with the management and staff of the Tonga Broadcasting Commission with the view to improving our relationship and, of course, our position in the 2019 World Press Freedom Index. But I must say that I'm surprised by Samoa's position in the 2018 World Press Freedom Index. Samoa is 22nd. Oh, congratulations, Samoa. However, when I read about the ongoing battle between my Samoan counterpart and the Samoan observer, I can't believe that Samoa is 22nd and Tonga is 51st. This is unbelievable. The 5th Pacific Media Summit will explore opportunities and challenges that the media in the Pacific are facing in a digitized world. And you have invited people with special expertise to help you in that exploration. I wish you well. But before I officially declare the 5th Pacific Media Summit open, I want to make a small reference to the global theme of this year's World Press Freedom Day that was celebrated on 3rd of May. The theme was keeping power in check, media, justice, and the rule of law. This theme touches my heart. It touches my heart because I was a journalist once. And one of my aims as a journalist and as an activist for democratic reform in this country was to keep power in check and to ensure the accountability of those in power and the government institution to the public. Now that I'm the Prime Minister of this beautiful country, the Tongan media is giving me a hard time. They are doing to me what I used to do to previous prime ministers of the country over the last 40 years. I suppose it comes with the territory. And I congratulate the Tongan media for keeping power in check in Tonga. It is your duty, even in this digitized world. One journalist, however, said to me this morning during my media conference, "You are too old. You are forgetful of things. It is time for you to step aside." I accepted her opinion with humility, but I'm sorry to say that I have to complete my vision before the voters will allow me to go home in peace. Though we achieved major constitutional and democratic reforms in 2010, there are a few things that still need attention, and I want to complete those in the next 3 years. In fact, there is a petition that is being organized for submission to His Majesty and to the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly to have me impeached and dismissed from my position as Prime Minister. Some of the people involved are the same people who convinced His Majesty to dissolve Parliament last year. A section of Tonga's media support this petition. I have no problem with that too. I welcome the petition that is part and parcel of the political process, and that is part of the process of keeping power in check in the kingdom. It gives me great pleasure to declare the 5th Pacific Media Summit open. Mahalo, Pito.